In the midst, even when we are confined, when we are grieving the loss of the normal we know, when we feel our souls pacing hallways of grief, sadness, and fear, when we find ourselves grateful for rest, while some are overcome by restlessness. Even when we are isolated, when we discover loneliness in being alone, when we long for our freedom outdoors, when we find ourselves missing the embrace of friendship, when we only want to escape from a home that feels nothing like it should. Even when we are fighting an invisible foe, when we resent and deny, when we claw with frustration at this unwanted reality, when we blame and point and stereotype, when we hope segregation and separation will encourage a cure. Even when we lose sight of grace, He calls deep into our core for us to rediscover our humanity. He whispers urgently of the need to grow kindness from the inside out. He yearns for hearts that learn how to be still and know that we are not God. He leads us on an introspective journey like no other, inviting us into prayerful conversation. Even as we rock the boat with our fear and despair, He does not leave us there. He asks merely that we take His hand in the storm. He urges us to find His presence in the boat. He implores us to trust what not one of us is able to fully comprehend. Even when our faith is shaking, He treats our anger with persistent patience. He cures our frustration as we allow Him to help us place others before ourselves. He feels our loss and calls for us to imagine and embrace a new future, a new society, a new world. He holds us in our discomfort in times of change and offers His peace. And when we accept these gifts of peace and grace and have faith, He shines through our weaknesses, a beacon of light and hope, shattering the despair and darkness of our times. A child of God that loves the other, loves the outcast, loves the broken, loves the sick. A faith warrior that is activated and alive, perhaps just by a glimpse of the radical sacrificial love of the servant king, the one who calls us to love with the same audacity in the midst of the anguish of today.